Mga Chinese nationals wanting to get Filipino citizenship, ang modus, pinanganak sa isang malayong lugar sa ating mga probinsya, late registration, ang nagpaanak, kumadrona, o midwife, lahat po yan. Yan o, yun yung pattern eh. At pang-apat, doon sa kanilang records that they submit, mothers lang ho yung nakarehistro. Or father, mother or father, hindi mother and father, no? So parang these are all red flags, di ba? Kung tutusin, no? Ngayon, meron dito yung Bernice Yang Tan, I'm sure si Attorney Suwa, who represents Miss Bernice Yang Tan and Denise Kayang, no? As one of the incorporators ng Yatay Industrial. Before we acknowledge Congressman Gomez, I'd like to share in relation to the questions propounded by the members to PSA. Pakita ko lang itong na-discuss. Very crucial kasi itong information na to because Empire 999 owned by Mr. Willie Ong, majority owned by Mr. Willie Ong, is now 99% not a Pinoy, not a Filipino. And considering that he's not a Filipino, this is of course violative of the Constitution kasi yung 60-40 equity na violate niya dito, no? More than 40% siya eh. And to add insult to injury, ginamit niya yung pagiging fake niya na Pilipino para makabili ng maraming lupa dito sa ating bansa, no? And particularly in Pampanga. So ito, napaka-importante, yung korporasyon niya, when we traced back, yung some of the incorporators are related also to the other corporations registered in our country. Can we show it on screen? Yung mga, unahin muna natin ito, no? Ito, Mr. Willie Ong. Fictitious PSA certification of the existing birth record, no actual record at the LCR. Dahil yun ang sabi ng LCR, at wala namang siyang kopya na, meron ba siyang Form 102, yung birth certificate, PSA? Wala. So, meaning, kagaya nung sinabi nyo kanina, you will immediately cancel. What is there to cancel if he has no birth certificate? No, di ba? So, ano yan? Yung Henry Bigay, okay, one of the incorporators nung Yatay tsaka Omni, sinabi dito, only the name of the mother was entered on the birth certificate. There seems to be a pattern, no? Yung mga Chinese nationals wanting to get Filipino citizenship, ang modus, pinanganak sa isang malayong lugar sa ating mga probinsya, late registration, ang nagpaanak, kumadrona, o midwife, lahat po yan. Yan o, yun yung pattern eh. At pang-apat, doon sa kanilang records that they submit, mothers lang ho yung nakarehistro. Or father, mother or father, hindi mother and father, no? So parang these are all red flags, di ba? Kung tutusin, no? Ngayon, meron dito yung Bernice Yang Tan, I'm sure si Attorney Suwa, who represents Miss Bernice Yang Tan and Denise Kayang, no? As one of the incorporators ng Yatay Industrial, nakalagay dito, meron silang timely registration of birth, no? Pero both their parents are Chinese. How come they were able to secure a Filipino citizenship? So, kung parehas nilang magulang ay I don't know if Attorney Suwa is aware of that, Attorney.
Your Honor, to my knowledge, Miss Bernice Yang Tan is married to a Filipino, and she acquired Filipino citizenship recently by virtue of the Moya Limiao rule, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm not very familiar with that ruling, but when was this?
Your Honor, I think the marriage was in 2021, Your Honor, and the process of acquiring Filipino citizenship by virtue of marriage to a Filipino under the Moya Limiao rule was processed, I think, 2 years ago, Your Honor.
Well, can we get records of that too? And please ask...
Mr. Chair, can we be educated on that issue? What was that?
Enlighten us
Kasi
more
parang
about
medyo,
ruling.
anong ruling yun? That's
That
not
is
the ruling of the... Wait. That's not the ruling of our Philippine government. That's the ruling of what?
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court decision.
So, okay, sige. So, again, pati si Denise Kayang, by virtue of his being married to a Filipino.
For Denise Kayang, Your Honor, she is a Filipino by virtue of administrative naturalization duly filed with the Office of the Solicitor General under the, I forgot the exact Republic Act number, but Your Honor,
What year was this?
I don't have the exact date, Your Honor, but I think a few years ago, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman ako.
the Supreme Court decision was dated 2 years ago. Did I hear you correct?
No, Your Honor, I think we have officials of the Bureau of Immigration who can elucidate on the Moya Limiao rule, Your Honor. That is for marriage of Chinese citizen married to a Filipino, they are allowed to acquire Filipino citizenship, Your Honor.
The ruling was in the year 1971.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I did not
Okay.
recall
Now,
the exact date of the Moya Limyao ruling.
When did Bernice Young get married?
I think 2021 or 2022, I'm not sure of the exact date.
2021.
21 or 22, Your Honor.
2022.
Then thereafter, yes, then thereafter she applied for acquisition of Philippine citizenship with the Bureau of Immigration accordingly, Your Honor.
Pursuant to that decision of the Supreme Court.
Yes, they called that the Moya Limyao ruling, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I would like to request the Bureau of Immigration a report on this para makita natin kung the process was really done in accordance with our protocols.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Chair.
Congressman Ako. Congressman Tambunting, you recognize.
Mr. Chair, may we also request from the lawyer to submit to the committee the OSG application, because he mentioned that there was a administrative order declaring her a naturalized citizen. So, and also, may we also have request a copy of the Supreme Court ruling itself, so that we can this can be validated by the committee, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Attorney Sua, please take note of the request of Congressman Tambunting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat. Alam nyo kasi, napaka-importante nitong issue itong sa birth certificate. At saka yung pagiging Pilipino. Because these people possess Filipino passports. Gaya ng sinabi ni Congressman Ako, nagiging mura na yung Filipino passport. In exchange for what? Diba? For something, probably, monetary. Diba? Kasi wala namang gagawa ng ganitong kalukuhan na alam nilang labag sa batas kung walang kapalit po ito. So we just like to emphasize that. And with this information we have at hand, medyo nakakaduda at medyo red flags po ito. Kasi droga ho ang pinasok nung taong involved. At bukod sa drogang na-discover natin, meron din po tayong na-discover na ibang anomalya na ginawa rin ng mga design personalities na ito. Kagaya ho ng paglabag sa batas, sa pagkakaroon ng majority share sa isang kumpanya, more than 40%.
Yes.
At syempre, yung pagbibili ng lupa.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman.
With regards to your discussion, Mr. Chair, I wanted to interject that if it is true that Mr. Willie Ong is not a Filipino citizen, then he violated the Constitution. Number one, by being a majority shareholder of a corporation which is not allowed under Philippine law. Second, if it's not a Filipino, then the question is, how come he was able to purchase ilan to? 291 titles, 91 properties. And was that the attorney from a PSA? Was he the one who said na they already have recommendations for the cancellation of titles? PSA? Attorney...
Sige. So kung ganun, now that we have already identified,
So there's a recommendation for cancellation of citizenship, and
Yeah, that's
is there also a recommendation for cancellation of titles and sequestration of land
okay.
in favor of the government?
Sige. What is the speedy remedy? Pagka ganyan, PSA. LRA.
Yes, sir. What the LRA does in this case would be to file an endorsement with the Office of the Solicitor General for the forfeiture of the properties.
Okay. So, pwede ba na, kasi ang normal tendency, no? Kapag may ganyan, magbibenta ng mga lupa kagad yung mga yan eh. So, pwede bang i-annotate doon sa titulo na merong congressional inquiry in aid of legislation para yung posibleng buyer, titingnan muna kung ano yung mga annotation doon sa title. Pwede ba yan?
Your Honor, yung allowable under the circumstances is an annotation for list pendants. Ibig sabihin po, kailangan may
Yes.
kaso sa court.
Okay.
However, we commit right now na we will monitor the properties.
So, there must be a case first before yung lease pendants would apply?
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
So in this case that meron pa tayong ongoing investigation sa congressional inquiry, can we not annotate or put an annotation that subject to the etc. ng congressional inquiry?
Yung based on an endorsement from us, Your Honor, pwede nang mag-file ng case ang Office of the Solgen tapos tatakan na namin yung list pendant.
Okay, so mas maganda yun. Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Anyway, in line with that purchase of properties of foreign national, actually sa committee ko, it was raised already, Mr. Chairman, and in fact, supposedly before this hearing commenced with regards, before the period of interpolation comments, I will deliver manifestation. That all those documents relating to investigation in my committee in public accounts will be submitted to this committee because interlocking po. No? That's number one. Number two, Mr. Chairman, I will also submit the opinion of the OSG with regards to this matter. Now, but I have now the official reply by OSG, signed by OSG Guevara. I will submit it to the committee, Mr. Chairman. But let me ask na lang muna, OSG is present. OSG, please. Please.
By the way, Congressman Paduano and the honorable members of the committee, we have in the other room, in the holding room, the presence of the 4 Chinese nationals apprehended by BID and Philippine National Police as part of, or as members of a syndicate in faking citizenship and passports. Nandyan po sila sa likod. We can call them anytime to pursue our questioning.
Let's invite them over, Mr. Chair.
In relation to
Let's invite lang para while you're asking.
sige, siguro before that, let me invite you to have your lunch while we're having our committee hearing. The lunch was sponsored by our Senior Deputy Speaker, Don Gonzales. So you can have lunch while we're conducting this hearing. Okay, Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, OSG, are you present during my hearing with regards to the issue of land acquisition of foreign nationals, and the legal opinion of the OSG was asked by the committee?
Not personally, not me personally, Your Honor.
In the last hearing in this committee, the issue also arise. Then the OSG was asked, are you present during the last hearing?
I wasn't there, Your Honor.
Yun, Mr. Chairman, yun ang problema. Kasi, supposedly, those resource speakers that is present, previously present, should be present in today's hearing. Kasi paiba-ibang opinion. As I have observed, Mr. Chairman, sa OSG, paiba-ibang opinion. Kasi, ang pagkatanda ko po, and now I will ask the OSG, last hearing, when the OSG representative was asked about the possible legal remedies of government in this case, ang sagot po, pwedeng forfeiture of such property. We're talking here about a foreign national owning a property or land in this country. Ano pong opinion mo? Kasi last hearing, the opinion is forfeiture.
Can you please state your name, attorney?
Yes, Hector Calilong, Your Honor.
Have you taken your oath?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, may we ask you to please take your oath? Comsec, please administer the oath of attorney
Hector Calilong.
Calilo.
Please raise your hand, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Chairman? Mr. Chairman?
Sir, Congressman
Pwede lang i-answer my query. Attorney? For example, in the case of Willie Ong, he's now a fugitive. And ADT Yang, this is also an associate of Willie Ong, but owning a property, and that includes the property of their corporation. Personal property muna. What will be the legal remedy of the government? Of course, PSA will recommend. But what is the opinion of OSG?
Your Honor, escheat or reversion proceedings can be filed, Your Honor.
Sorry?
Escheat or reversion proceedings can be filed.
Reversion.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so, Mr. Chairman, just for the record, the answer, ito yung gusto ko marinig. The answer of OSG is pwede po yung reversion process. After the PSA recommends to OSG.
It is the LRA, Your Honor.
LRA, sorry. LRA.
Yes, Your Honor.
After the LRA, will recommend to you.
Endorse the case to the OSC,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Now, question of, can an innocent, can the lawyer or the counsel of that particular person, can he cite question of in good faith? And that, remember, the title was already transferred twice at our price.
I am not sure I understand the question, Your Honor. Do you mean, if I may be clarified, do you mean that when he bought this foreign national bought the title, he bought it in good faith? Is that
Yeah,
the-
because that is maybe one of the argument of the lawyer on
No, Your Honor, it's good faith in this case. If the foreign national, as a defense, is citing good faith, that he bought the property in good faith, even though he is a foreign national, that is not a defense, Your Honor.
No, but in the case of the original owner selling it to a foreign national.
Your Honor, the seller, not meaning he does not know that the buyer is a foreign national, Your Honor.
Yes. Whether he know or not.
If I may be clarified, Your Honor, do you mean by that such defense of good faith on the part of the seller, will it cure the defect?
Yeah, curing of the defect.
I
Correct.
don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay.
Because it is clear that the foreign national cannot buy real
Yeah.
property, Your Honor, under the law. No.
Okay, that is your personal opinion, but that is not the position of the OSG. Tama po.
Your Honor, according to the paper given to me from our office, Your Honor, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you are referring to a subsequent sale by the foreign national to a Filipino citizen. So we are talking about two sales here, Your Honor, at least.
Correct.
So the subject property first is sold to a foreign national. That will not be valid.
Okay.
But later on, there is a subsequent sale by the foreign national to a Filipino citizen. Is this what you mean, Your Honor? It would appear from the paper I am holding, Your Honor.
Yeah, that is already one case, a different case.
Yes, Your Honor. And the question is, would the second sale be valid, Your Honor?
Correct.
That's the question. I am not sure if the position paper you made mention earlier, Your Honor, is the same position paper I have here that was given to me.
So,
But-
please state the position of the OSG. That is the official position of OSG and signed by.
Your Honor, what I have at the moment is was submitted to our Solicitor General for submission. I don't know if this morning what you
Anyway-
have was already signed.
Anyway, please state na lang the position of
Yes.
the OSG in your paper.